Hello, hello, hello. Once again, Reese Review family, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Um, to my subscribers, I always want to say I do thank you. I do appreciate you. To those, this may be your first time coming across this channel. I'm Shay. This is Reese Review, where we're living, loving Jesus, smelling fabulous, always saving a dime, discussing budget-friendly fragrances. Sometimes we'll discuss others, and as I always say, I do like my designer fragrances. I just like to buy them when I can get them on sale, when I have reward points, have a gift card perhaps, um, and I can find them south of $100. So I wanted to jump on here. I told you guys, I think the last video, I had planned on coming back like next day or maybe right after that one, but anyway, things got busy and so forth and so on. And so I did tell you guys that I was going to tell you about a fragrance that has surprised me. I've had it before, didn't like it, got rid of it, and ended up having to purchase it at a request of a gift for a family member, and ended up smelling it again. And I was totally surprised, totally taken aback because it changed and I cannot believe it. And so that for me is none other than Casablanca. I don't know how that's gonna show up for y'all, but okay, this is the right side up. So Casablanca from Swiss Arabian. This probably was one of no, I take that back. This is probably like the second Middle Eastern or Arabian type of fragrance that I ever purchased, and I would I I did blind buy it, and so I wore it and I wore it and I wore it. I think because this has probably been out for I don't know how long, but this was probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and when I started doing these videos over a year ago, I never talked about this, never brought it to the channel because I didn't care for it. I kept trying it, and I even saw reviews, I read reviews, and I just was not picking up anything that some people were saying about it. It was loud, it's strong, it's this, it's that, it's you get the apples, you get the grape, you get this, all these things, and I never got it. I tried it. I think I wore it probably about 4 times. And that last time I wore it, I was like, bah, I'm getting rid of that. And then as I was decluttering one day, um, my oldest daughter happened to be over here, and I was like, hey, you want, I'm getting rid of some of this stuff. And she's like, oh, let me, check some stuff out before you get rid of it or, sell it for, when I declutter, I sell stuff like $10, $15. And so, or just give it away. And she was like, well, before you do that, let me see. Let me look at some stuff. And so she decided she wanted this. And y'all, as I said just a few seconds ago, I got this as a gift for someone, not for myself. Um, and ended up smelling it and then decided, oh, this is totally different than what I remember. And so I um, sprayed some on the family members that gift I get. I was like, let me spray some of that. And I did. And when I tell you just one spray was pretty pungent, pretty loud, pretty potent, pretty all of the things, right? Yes, it was. Uh, Good guy from heaven. Yes, it was. And so I could not believe it. And the scent, like at that very moment, I could pick up the apple, I could pick up the caramel, I could pick up all of those things. And I was just like, this cannot be real. I haven't sprayed or smelled this in probably well over a year. Because, like I said, I think I had gotten this 1.5, 2 years ago, and I cannot believe it. Not this particular bottle. This is a new bottle because I decided to buy me one. Right when I smelled hers, I decided I'm just gonna revisit and put it back in my collection. And sure enough, that's what I've done. And yeah, I'm just surprised. I mean, uh, never talked about this, y'all. And here I am now, and it's like the longer it's set, the more pungent it got, the more potent. I kid you not. I could pick up everything. And since I'm sitting here telling you all about my surprise with this fragrance, I may as well go ahead and tell you the chords and the notes. So, Casablanca, like I said, is from the House of Swiss Arabian. And there's several Swiss Arabian fragrances that I like. I think they're kind of quiet and um, maybe slept on a little bit. You don't hear a whole lot about it. You hear about that Swiss Arabian oud line, but you really don't hear too much about others. There's a couple of men's fragrances that are just A1. Two of them that I can think of them in my off the top of my head right now that is in the little collection that I have for my husband, and so that I very much like him to wear. One particular one, my oldest son, out of all of this that he um, could choose from, it was one that he wanted, one particular one that he wanted for Christmas, and we're talking about a fragrance that was like $18, but it lasted on him. It smelled good. He get compliments even at work. So yeah, if y'all hadn't checked out the Swiss Arabian more than just the what is it, the shag off line, more than just the shag off line. That's the only thing I ever hear people talk about. Um, Try some others in the Swiss Arabian fragrance from the Swiss Arabian fragrance house. I do recommend just try some. The like I said, the few that um, I have enjoyed. But of course, got to be stuff, scents and fragrances and DNA and all that kind of stuff that you kind of would normally pick up. You have to check that out. But I do recommend Swiss Arabian House. But anywho, the main accords for Casablanca from Swiss Arabian, fruity caramel woody, amber sweet, musky powdery balsamic, fresh and green. And I can honestly tell you that I'm more than thankful that I don't really pick up green because there's something about a green note for me. It has to be done just right. It has to be blended really well. So, top notes apple and grapes. And the heart notes you have white wood, patchouli, and iris. And in the base is where you get your caramel, your amber. There's even a suede note that is listed in here. And then there's musk and Peru balsam. Thankfully, the green accord and then that suede that's in the base. It this time around, I do not pick up any of that. Like when I was trying to wear this, it was almost as if I don't know if I just had a not a good batch. I don't know if maybe I called myself letting it sit and letting it rest and letting it macerate, as we say. Um, but even after I had done that for months and months and months and months, I went back to it again just to smell it, not to wear it, but just to smell it. And I was like, nah. And anyway, that's what led to my daughter coming across this fragrance, and she really liked it. And I remember her coming back and was like, she asked me not long ago, Mom, do you happen to have that fragrance? You know, the one that was you gave me. It's in a cylinder tall bottle. She can't think of the name. And I was like, no, that I knew what she was talking about, but I was like, that fragrance I didn't care for. And she said, "Ah, well, I have gotten so many compliments with that fragrance." She said, every time I put it on, I got compliments. She said, it's gone now. I was like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna have to find you some. So, as I don't have that in my little collection anymore. I do now, but I did not at that time. And I'm telling y'all, I get the apples, I get the grapes. I remember when I was reading reviews and they were like, "Oh, you smell the apple, you smell the grape. It's a nice apple fragrance. It's caramel, it's sweet, it's wood." I'm like, when I first had it, it was almost like I was totally anosmic to it, totally nose blind. I I didn't get any of that. Maybe my nose has changed, maybe it's matured. I don't have a clue. But y'all, I am totally surprised by this, right? Because I gave it away. Now I'm wondering, some of these fragrances that I let go, if I end up smelling them again, is it going to be a total difference? Is it going to be a total change? Did I get rid of them too quickly? I just kind of feel like after 6, 7, 8 months, if it's still something that, for instance, the last video I did, the Janoon Rose, you know, is that gonna change? It has now gone to my declutter pile. So now I'm wondering if I need to hang on to it. But anyway, you guys, if you have this fragrance in your possession, in your collection, and please drop in the comments and let me know what you think about it, how it's done for you, or if you had it and you were like me, got rid of it. And now hearing this story and hearing this video or seeing this video, you're like, maybe I need to rethink that. Maybe I need to try that again. And talk about, now, I also will say, now, if somebody had bought this for me, I would have still, and I didn't like it, I still would have been grateful and thankful for it. Don't get me wrong. I surely would have, and I probably would have went a step further, figured out what I could wear with it, what I could layer with it, instead of versus just giving up on it. But I will say this may not be blind buy safe, um, especially for a gift. I guess I should say that. Like, be mindful if you want to gift this, just because of it being so pungent and so potent. Because if it's somebody that likes a scent that is like a little softer, a little more quiet, so to speak, um, this might be in their face. Then again, it may not, because in the beginning, this was not necessarily just hitting me in the face like that. I could, after I had it on for about an hour, I didn't smell it, and I don't know. It could have been fine. I just felt like it did not do justice, and I couldn't smell what other people were writing about in their reviews. So, anywho, that is my thoughts on Casablanca, and just as I said, just wondering if there are fragrances that I've let go that maybe I should have held on to. This, had I not been asked, for this particular fragrance as a gift for a family member, that somebody's close to me, and when they opened it, I was like, and sprayed, I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, give me some of that. Put that, spray that, and total total difference for me. And then on top of that, it was so different that I'm like, let me go and order me something I already had that I gave away. So anyway, that is it, guys. That is all. That was my surprise, a fragrance that just kind of blew me away the second time around, so to speak. All right, you guys have a lovely rest of your day or night, depending on what time zone you are in. And just be prayerful, guys, and stay close to God in your word. Remember, only what you do for Christ will last. You guys take care.